I reminisce.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy back with another reaction video, and I'll be reacting to Cabela's Dangerous Hunt 2011, a cursed hunting game. Now, I reacted to previous game this is from Mandalorian Gaming. I've been trying to react to this damn video. This was requested. I've been trying to react to this video for, I know, a month at least. It's been a damn roller coaster in my life. And recently I had to get another computer. Well, I actually built a computer. I know, hard to believe, but I needed another computer. My other computer started acting up, and I think it was just getting old because I bought that computer back in 2018. I know it's for the pandemic, so it might have been 2018, or maybe it might have been early 2019. So it might have been right there at like the pandemic point. And now, so it started acting up, started going real slow. It was hard to edit stuff because it would just my editing software would just freeze, and because of the it was so old. So now I got something new, and I looked at it. It's so much faster. It is so much faster. Oh my God, it's so much faster. And it was actually easier than I thought it was to build it. I made it a lot more difficult than it needed to be because at first it didn't work, and then because I didn't plug something in. Like, it was the CPU power 1 and the CPU power 2. I didn't plug anything in CPU power 2 because of the power attachment for the PSU, and I was messing with it, and I said, can you pull these apart? And I pulled it. I said, oh, you can just pull these apart because it's like a 8-pin and a 4-pin, and the things are together. It has 8 pins, and you can pull them apart and make a 4-pin, which I didn't realize until I just looking at this. Can you pull these apart? And I was pulling it, and it just came apart. But anyway, finally looking at this. It's 45 minutes long. So 45 minutes and 45 seconds. So it's a lucky video. Anyway, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's Mandalorian Gaming. I might be wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure that I downloaded this a long time ago. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, shocker. I got your email. I realized today because I saw you posted because I haven't been on my YouTube page, and I got on there today, and I saw that you posted a comment on another video, saying pretty much the same thing you said in your email, and I said, didn't I respond to that? And I went back and looked at the email, and I respond because I saw it at work, and I thought I responded to it, but I didn't hit send. So because I looked at it, it just said draft, and I was like, draft. I was like, what the hell is it? And it just said it. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't send it because I was at work. I was busy, and I was like, oh, I had like a second to it, and I was like, oh, I just sent something real quick. Like, hey, I got it, and I'll look at it. But anyway, because I actually got a notification. Well, not notification. This video came up in my recommended, and I was going to look at it anyway. So, and I actually had already downloaded it before you sent the request. So I was going to look at it regardless, but because I subscribed to their page, because I watched some of their stuff before. But anyway, let's get into this. I moved some stuff. This PC is actually much bigger than my old one, so much more bulky because I needed the space to get shit in there. And I put 2 new fans in there. First, it was running really loud. Well, not loud, but louder than it was. And because I had 4 fans in there, because I didn't realize the thing came with 2 fans. I thought it came with 1 fan. I was like, oh, it has 2 in here, but I had already bought 5 fans. I bought 3 fans, the 3 fan pack, and then I bought 2 fan pack, but they were like 140 millimeters. And I got those, so I was like, okay. I just took the one that they had on the front and put the fans that I had, because they were slightly, they about the same size. But I was like, I'll just move this one and use those 3, and then took that one. I left the one that had in the back, and then I got the plug-in that I needed today. So then I put the 100, because there's the ones in the front 120 millimeter, the ones on the top blowing air out. At the top, about 140 millimeter. So I just put them in today, and they were running loud. Well, louder than I would like. You might be able to hear them now, until I went into the settings and changed like I didn't technically change the fan speed. I changed the overall fan to smart, so it kind of changes based on, I guess, the CPU usage, and it went down immediately. Like, it was much louder. They were like on full blast, and now they're much quieter. But anyway, I thought about recording myself doing it, but I didn't, because it took me hours to do that, to try to like that, because I was good running into problems, and then I figured it out. But then it just took. That was the first time I ever built a PC. It just took a long time, and then I was like, why? Then I turned to turn it on, it didn't work. And I was like, so I took everything apart, put it back together, and when I put it back together, I think it was more so that I didn't plug in the CPU power 2 into the motherboard. And I was okay. Now that I figured that out, so I plugged that in, because I was like, maybe I don't need to plug this in, because I didn't have a one with a 4 prong and a 2 prong, until I realized you could separate them. And I was like, well, maybe you don't need that, But now I plugged it in, and it immediately, and when I turned it on, immediately came on. So I was like, dang, I did the motherboard. I didn't fuck up the motherboard or fry it or something. But anyway, here we go. Okay, this is Mandalorian Gaming.
It's a Safari, all right. Last Halloween, many were exposed to Cabela's Dangerous Hunts for the very first time. Dangerous Hunts 2013
shooting
is a
every animal in sight.
Summed up, it's the story of a psychopath out to kill any animal larger than his car keys, with underlying strange lore implications the whole way through, and it's all through the lens of a major retailer. I said that I thought it was the greatest hunting game ever made, and I still think that. But people did ask, why not do Dangerous Hunts 2011 first? There are a few reasons for that. For one, I knew the game had some sequences that are basically the test versions of the 2013 ones. The game plays a lot more like a traditional rail shooter, and unlike 2013, it never came to PC, and emulation had its own pile of quirks. But with time, all has healed, and we can properly enjoy this 2013 companion piece.
Edition.
Just be warned, this may have only raised more questions.
I saw this. I don't know if this game or one of these games.
Well, just like 2013, the main menu music is incredibly honest.
Cauldron.
That's what we like to see in hunting games around here.
Why is it like a horror game?
Memories of the Alien opening. I can't wait to see what my favorite sporting goods store has for me this time. Anyways, the special edition has the option of cartoon mode. The definition of cartoon here is loose. If you want everyone to look unfinished and terrifying, I guess I could recommend it, but we're going to skip this our first way through. There is something familiar about that picture, but we'll worry about it later. New campaign, normal difficulty.
Keep your voice down and watch your step.
1982.
I don't want this thing to hear us coming. All right. Headlamps on.
Boom.
Boom, boom. Didn't bet on the cold open in the subterranean.
Why did it feel like they're going into Dracula's lair?
Or maybe something else.
From, was that Dracula Untold?
I gather we aren't the first hunters to come this way.
And this is where you get your first meeting with the control scheme. You look around and aim like a rail shooter, but you still control your legs separately, which is about as awkward as it looks, but it does give it some advantages over 2013, which I'll talk about a little later.
I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this job. They're not paying us enough.
What is in there? The hyenas? Oh, okay, they're hyenas.
We are not the hunters here.
Hyenas?
The Kafta is hunting us.
Kafta?
Take it easy, Becky.
Why does that sound like
I don't believe in fairy
black
tales.
man?
It's probably just...
Yeah, it probably is a black man. Voice of White.
I've got doubts about this.
See? Nothing to worry about.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Gray hyenas? Oh, you get killed too?
You all right, sir?
Get ready. Cabela Spring Great Outdoor Days is here. It's our biggest sailing event of the season with huge discounts on the latest gear from all your favorite brands.
It had been years since I'd last set foot on my family's land. My father was never an easy man to get along with. But I knew how much this hunt
My
meant to
father
him.
was a piece of
I
shit.
had no idea what was waiting for
But
us
I
in
just
those cold
followed his
woods.
footsteps and became a hunter
No
too.
idea that my
Even though
life
my
was about to change.
animal conservationist.
So this all fed
Like-
into a 20-year time skip, where you listen to an old man marvel at nature over Lord of the Rings music. It's a bit jarring after the cryptid attack and brooding Troy Baker.
First time we walked these woods, you boys were just pups. And I had to carry you up the trail on my shoulders.
That's Troy Baker. I would
You
throw
wanted to
up.
hold my rifle, but your hands were too small for the trigger.
Hang on, there is some unpacking to do, but that voice.
Be patient. You want the buck, but you don't have a shot yet.
That's Dad from 2013's voice. Like, he's speaking a little more folksy, and the microphone isn't quite up to snuff, but it's him. I checked. I guess they just had him play the dad across both games. He's starting off strong this round. Regaling us with a story about how his young son wanted to hold his gun, but his fingers were too small for the trigger means that he tried that shit. And I'm really fucking
gave
unhappy
it
to
to
see a
him.
mountain lion already.
Your ancestors were among the first
I
settlers
gave
to lay
my
eyes on those
3-year-old
hills.
son my 30-30
7
Winchester
generations,
to hold,
the Rainsfords
but his
hunted
hands
these
were too
woods,
small and weak
fished
to
in
hold.
these streams.
Guess
This
we'll try
land
again
is in our
next year.
blood.
Okay, so this time he's Samson Rainsford instead of,
Hey, different
other dad.
people.
Listen, boys. The wind is talking. It says,
Well, I guess he was happy
Welcome
because his
home.
father died. And
alright, he might be a bit quirky, but he loves the outdoors. Please be a normal field trip.
I thought I heard the wind say something about picking up a sandwich before we hump all the way out here.
I don't know what passes for hunting with those yahoos in town, but up here we do things differently. No eating, no jawing, and so help me, if I hear that cell phone of yours go off,
Oh, no eating allowed on this hunt.
boy.
The story is framed that your brother Adrian is the cool
He's better
skilled
when those
hunter,
back in
and your
my day
character, Cole,
motherfuckers.
is the one who sucks. You've spent too long with city folk things like electricity and cooking, so of course Dad makes you prove yourself. Shoot some icicles,
You
shoot some
gotta
Alaskan
shoot a bunch of
pineapples.
animals to prove
What are
yourself
those?
that you
Then
not
comes
a
the live
city
practice with the
boy.
flock of geese. Dad needs to know I'm committed.
Killing animals.
not bad. Of course, you'll never be the marksman your brother here is.
Really?
Oh,
I
fuck
suppose
you.
that can't be helped. You favor your mother's side of the family.
Oh,
She
boy.
wasn't cut out for this country.
Here we go.
Oh, I expect she's more comfortable down south with her shopping malls and tofu salads.
Oh,
What about you, boy?
One of those.
You turned vegetarian yet?
The fuck is this? I also love the stare at the ground and shame camera work. Like I didn't just send over a dozen geese straight back to hell.
You
It is
just shot a
interesting how
bunch of
similar the
animals.
setup
There
is
ain't enough
between
for
this
you,
game and
old
2013.
bastard.
Family hunting trip in Alaska with your dad and brother.
You
You're
ain't
supposed
killed
to
enough
be a
animals.
Bad hunter. It may be missing a monster attack in the 80s, but we are just one bear-killing dad scene away
You
from
gotta
almost complete
kill
alignment.
a
However,
mother
where Jacob was
wolf and
allegedly
then
just going on a
take
fun
up
hunting
pups
trip,
and break
by the
their
end,
necks.
you're wondering what the hell park rangers actually are in this setting. Because Jacob is a conservationist in the same way that Doom Guy is a conciliator. Here,
Yeah.
there is something immediately weird about the Rainsford family.
My father brought me here on my 18th birthday, just as his father brought him. For 200 years, every son of this family has proven his manhood by a hunter's rite
You
of
gotta
passage.
prove your manhood by
It was the
shooting.
custom of the
Won't you
local
fight him with a
tribes.
knife, motherfucker?
We've heard this story 100 times, Bob.
Don't interrupt me, boy.
Ooh.
You listen up.
You
Today isn't
missing
just
an
about
eye?
Cole. It's about the future of this family.
Oh, I'm missing it, but he's blind.
We own the land you're standing on, and everything you can see. One day, it'll all be yours. But only
This sound
if
like
you
one
can
of those
prove
Manifest
yourself
Destiny
worthy of that
motherfuckers.
legacy. You can start by showing proper respect for this family's traditions.
I'll make you proud, sir.
Kiss ass.
I swear.
Yeah, you a fucking
And
ass.
I have no doubt about that.
Let me guess,
Looking
you
like a
playing like the
Scooby-Doo villain
black
doesn't help his
sheep
case,
of the
but his
family.
words seem extremely loaded. What's happening should be straightforward, but with his delivery and tone, it sounds like whatever happens is out of his hands. Why is the future of the family at stake when Adrian seems perfectly fine to carry on the mantle? Also, the family traditions are based off of copying the local tribes. If he owns the land, I'm guessing they're not around anymore. Maybe it was due to their not eating while hunting tradition, but I doubt it. So to further prove himself, Cole must take down a 6x6 elk, also known as a royal bull elk. Thankfully, you can track it down with your hunter's sense, which is a— oh god. Okay, let's talk more about playing this thing. My hunter's sense could be broken, but either way, classic is a lot more digestible. In theory, this helps you track down animals, which you might do 2 or 3 times.
Bacteria
In reality, this is for finding collectibles. There are health packs and piles of ammo around, but these usually aren't too tricky to find. What is tricky is the hidden targets and the experience antlers. You do have to be fairly close to highlight these, and while it can see through walls, a lot of the marksman targets can be well outside the useful range for this. Because at first it seems like you would slowly track animals with this, you know, like a hunt, but I'll say for now that it's mainly for item finding, and later becomes a lot more of a reactive ability, especially when it sometimes highlights objects of interest that you don't actually do much with. As for the other collectibles, finding enough gives you more health, and you can level up to unlock more shooting galleries. I'm only going to hunt for journals since there are extra story bits there. So those are the side activities beyond obliterating wildlife. Time to pop the elk.
Not enough shooting animals.
Headshots. Headshots are not the ideal, because if the animal's skull is still intact, you can get a trophy, which gives a little bit of extra XP and health. Not a ton to really care about, but after a longer encounter with the beauty of nature, you can hold down the skull button to make all the skulls fly into your face. So if you want to be tactical, break their hearts, not their minds. Okay, the elk is dead.
Not bad, bro.
Well, that's a clean kill.
Yeah, don't touch
you got
me.
some of me in you after all, boy. Quickly now, we need to do this fast, while the blood's still warm.
What?
Why?
Do what?
Are you talking about skinning it? Why don't you just carry it out of it? Why you gotta do it right now?
Kinda gross.
Gross? Boy, that there is a delicacy.
Gross! Stick your face in his intestines.
Breakfast is served. Fresh elk heart.
And
Bon
what?
appetit.
Okay.
Oh god, those squelching sounds.
Can I try some?
No, this here is Cole's heart.
Okay,
You'll
you
get
do. You
yours when
taking
the
this
time comes.
way too seriously, dude. Calm the
That's
fuck
the spirit.
down.
Tastes good, don't it?
I guess
Like
the
you're
older brother
just
gets
hunting.
first dibs in the heart? Dad might have worms in
Relax.
him that helped cause the divorce.
The scent of a kill can carry for miles up here. We need to get this bull hung and dressed before something
Well, yeah,
smells.
probably because we fucking cut it open.
It was only a matter of time with them.
Are you alright, Pop? I think Cole just saved your life.
You never leave a wounded animal running loose in the woods. You shoot an animal, you shoot to kill.
Come on, Pop. Cole's just...
No excuses,
what are you
no
talking-
exceptions.
You eat that cat's heart right now. I sure wish Dad got me
about
into
to say you
divorce.
that cat's
I have to play my
testicles, right?
Game Boy Color and watch the Bulls
Get that
play.
protein.
When really, my heart
I
is in
mean,
nature,
that
and I want to take
testosterone.
nature's heart and eat it raw. Oh my god.
You
Wow,
don't be
looks
like
you're
that.
going home with 2 trophies today.
Like I
This
just
isn't
shot
about
to
trophies.
save your life,
A
motherfucker.
wounded predator is a deadly serious matter. Pain makes the beast violent and unpredictable. In fact, I am reminded
When
of
you out
every
here, you
time
the one
I
out here
look in
shooting animals.
Introspection?
How come you never talk about those scars, Pop? You got those in Africa, right?
It
Yeah,
appears
your
we have
father fucked
uninvited
around and
guests.
found out.
Smells like poachers.
Oh god, not poachers.
You gotta
What if
kill
they kill our
humans in
animals?
this?
In fact, a lot already seem to want us dead.
I'm surprised they didn't just shoot the deer. You get poachers? You gotta fight actual humans in this.
They're all dead. Oh, God.
Yeah, not poachers, hikers. All dead, not by mountain lion. Even Dad, whose idea of fancy living is hiding between the aisles in Home Depot, has no idea what did this. But you are free to explore on the camp for clues, which is mainly collectibles.
Hope the dad
You can
gets
find
killed.
a little note about Dad.
Mark
You
tells me the land we
fucking
camped
asshole.
on belongs to Samson Rainsford. Well, Rainsford is something of a legend in these parts.
That's all he
Old
said,
school mountain man who
Samson.
spent half his life hunting big game in Africa.
That checks out, nothing groundbreaking there. But finding the grizzly tracks opens a lot of questions.
It's a grizzly bear, no doubt about it.
A grizzly?
Something wrong, Pop?
Nothing. It's just not what I expected.
So
What you
he
think
did
was
know
gonna be?
something. Actually, for his entire ancestral land spiel, he spent a lot of time in Africa. I don't think the ancient tribals were taking Spirit Airlines to hunt across continents. Regardless, everyone agrees the bear must die.
Because
Seems
I
your
kill
brother
animals
doesn't
on
agree.
every continent.
Except Cole, apparently.
Don't give me that look, Cole. I'm not your kid brother anymore.
I
can
didn't. He
track
didn't
and
even
shoot
say
whatever you
anything.
need. I'm going after that bear.
Okay,
Alone.
bye.
Me too.
Oh my god, this is Luke all over again. But before Luke, but still.
If you have a problem with that,
Luke
Cole,
without the
feel free to hike
old
back to the
school
lodge and pack your
Justin
bags.
Bieber haircut.
But if you walk away now, don't you ever come back.
And the stare
Okay,
down
dude,
of shame
calm
returns.
the fuck
Adrian
down.
is the one who should be doing this. The guy just hears a bear, fires off his gun, and causes an avalanche. This is exactly why you don't get to taste the heart, Adrian.
We never imagined that forest might be home to predators even more dangerous than ourselves.
Oh no.
But why not?
It's starting.
You out there hunting animals. Like, you think there'd be predators out there?
Oh god, Liam Neeson is right about wolves again.
Everybody be cool.
The avalanche separated Cole
wolves in
from his
that movie
family
were,
and
like,
knocked him
so
down into the haunted
ravenous.
forest.
It's like-
And I don't mean, it looks
like-
spooky and
it's
there's a
like,
full moon.
jeez, are
No,
they
there are
starving?
things you
Like-
can't quite identify moving just out of frame, and the entire time you hear horrible ghostly wailing, which you shouldn't confuse with
I
the
need to
sounds of the
watch
animals
that
plotting
again.
against you.
You need Lara Croft to shoot him with a
Did
bow
an
and
entire
arrow.
fucking circus escape?
Why is there? Was that a chimpanzee noise?
Alaska's a stand your ground state, so watch me stand while I put you in it. At first, it's only a few skirmisher wolves who look to be protecting these stone archways. They've also borrowed some of Dunland's finest from Saruman to scout for him, and the worst part about the wolves having some scouting birds is that's not based on nothing. There have been plenty of sightings and studies of wolves and ravens cooperating in nature. They can symbiotically
yeah,
hunt
I've
together
seen
for a
that.
meal, which does make sense. Now, would they work together to defend the wolves' rundown vampire castle? I'm having doubts about that one, especially because I can hear that it's filled with horse ghosts. And I have had quite enough of that recently.
What's with the animal jump scares?
I hate to say it, but I don't think these are normal wolves. Even under the Cabela's definition of a normal wolf, which are already typically acting like Polish folklore monsters. But these ones trap you in their midnight fortress for an ambush.
And eyes glowing red. The fucking
Yeah, no,
werewolves.
those were
or
glowing
something.
red eyes. Viet Cong wolves are a huge problem, especially with how the audio in this game works. Like, going back to the elk hunt, at this point the elk is maybe 20 meters away from me. But it'll trigger audio that makes the elk sound like it's in your ear. But really, it's nowhere near that close to you. So instead of a single elk whispering sweet nothings, take that effect and apply it to an entire cohort of undead wolves.
Wait,
Sure,
what?
you can snap the camera towards an objective, but the
I
slow
thought you
panning
shot
doesn't
it.
work well for the wolf mosh pit. I've played this game before. I'm using better equipment now. But good God, is this still hairy. The wolves keep coming. They're climbing over walls to kill me. They're dropping from the cliffs and the roof. When do they end? And I'm sorry, but you
looks
might see I'm getting a lot of
familiar.
headshots, not being an optimal hunter, but like Dad said, it's not about trophies.
I read
Thank
deja
God
vu
hunters like
moment.
us are here instead of poachers.
When
Getting your
did I
shotgun
play
back
this
does
at
make
some
things more
point?
tolerable, but they're still relentless.
I know
I
I
will
never
say that
owned
compared
it.
to their follow-up game,
Damn,
not having the
well,
gun
bullet
model
don't
does
even
weirdly
stop
make
out.
it
Did he
feel better.
miss?
Because there your gun model would roughly point to where you were aiming, but outside of aim down sight, it could be really jittery and awkward. So I don't have that issue, but I've still got problems.
All hard shots. That way you can get the meat
Oh, finally.
in the first.
God Okay,
Shoot some
now you
birds
escape
for
Wolf
good
Sylvania,
measure.
and why is their screen shake? Oh my god, fuck off!
What is
It's
this?
not even that big.
Jason
Why was there
Bourne
screen
with the
shake for
fucking
that?
Screen shake?
It's just like Yamamoto said, behind every blade of grass, a mountain lion. And while I'm trying not to get murdered, I'm finding the journals of those who came before, and they also point to something supernatural happening.
New sound last night. A strange, high-pitched noise like a whistle. Mark said it was just a bird, but I'm pretty sure he's lying.
Now I get to wonder, while crossing
Maybe
the
he
barely
just
stable
doesn't
frozen
know.
creek, if it was them or the wolves who set up the 800 bear traps. I'm gonna guess the
Why are
animals
there a
because
bunch of
these have
bear
not slowed down
traps?
the wildlife at all. You would need actual landmines to deal with this wolf population. It looks like the birds might be setting them up in front of me. Am I going crazy? It's hard to keep focus while watching out for birds and
I
bear
wouldn't
traps.
be surprised.
Meanwhile, the cougars and wolves are audibly having duels in the woods for the honor of fighting me. I fell. I don't even want to be here.
I've lost everyone. It's dark, and I have no idea where I am. I should have stayed behind to help the others, but when I heard the screams, I panicked. I keep hearing that whistle.
What
That's
could be
the
making the
same
whistle?
dude voice?
A new
That
animal?
sound-
Is
sound
Dad
like a
behind it?
different
At this
voice.
point in the timeline, the Black Lion Emperor would still be alive, but he's in Africa. The only Alaskan mastermind was... Oh, this is making sense now. This could be the grizzly bear from 2013. Even in that game's flashback sequences, the bear is already scarred. That could be from when he was sent here to subdue the wolves. We could be seeing that happening
was
live,
sent
but
there.
the whistle sound implies that whoever's doing this has control over them. Though it's more likely the bears started punishing them for their failure,
If
as we've
I
seen them do
found out
before,
there's
and that
somebody
whole thing went a little
controlling
bit
these
sour.
goddamn
Also,
animals.
chronologically, this is 2 years before Jacob's first hunt, so the wildlife should be at or close to max strength since it's right before he showed up. That should be obvious by the way the elk are trying to distract me as the wolves move in.
Jeez. I like this animal just
That was the
tanking
control
those
whistle.
bullets.
Who has the whistle? I fucking knew it, and he doesn't have the scar yet. And I know I'm biased, but this game is making a lot more sense played after 2013, at least when it comes to having nice prequel reveals. As for the actual boss fight, there's nothing to write home about. It's fun to try and drop icicles on him, but apparently he's a Primaris grizzly bear. He shrugs off shell after rifle round like
This
it's nothing.
only should be played
It's mainly
when you
just staying
climb
out of
a
his way and
ladder.
slowly whittling him down. I did shoot him in the face a lot, but it did take me by surprise when it seemed like I actually killed him. But before you can confirm the kill, your brother shows up.
Bro, that was unbelievable.
Move.
I just got here. I
Don't
wanted to
get
help,
between
but I
me
couldn't
and the
get a clear
bear.
shot. Dude, you all right?
No,
Yeah,
been fighting a
completely correct.
fucking bear.
You look like you're about to
And
have a stroke,
wolves.
man. Take it easy. Don't try to talk. You can tell me about it back at the house.
Don't
haven't
get
seen Dad
between me
since
and
the
the bear.
avalanche. I don't know where he...
Your dad turned into the bear.
Did you hear that?
The bear's not dead. He's calling for backup.
Oh shit. Werewolves. Oh, are they eating it? Oh. Shoot him, get up.
That was a shockingly calm wolf devouring scene.
10 years passed. My father and I hardly spoke. Neither of us willing to forgive the other or ourselves for Adrian's death.
Wait a second.
My
When
father
Adrian
retired to live in
died,
seclusion on his private game
your
reserve in
father's a
Uganda,
fucking dick.
while I made a name for myself as a professional hunter.
It's really all a remix.
So you just
Special
became
Alaskan
your
family
father.
hunt, dad and two brothers. One quote-unquote rookie hunter and the other determined hunter. In one story, dad dies by bear, one brother becomes a game hunter. In this story, a brother technically dies by bear, just wolf underlings. Brother becomes big game hunter. Both families reunite in Uganda 10 years later for a special hunt. But 2013 had this detail.
First safari in Uganda. I make it out every year for my dad's
Like I
birthday.
said, this one,
It's his favorite
the
place
brothers
to hunt
are
when he was
alive,
younger.
and the first one,
He died before they
the
opened it up
father
again.
died.
So his dad died in 2003, but by 2011, it was opened back up for a new hunt. This all lines up so far, but why was Uganda closed down?
Why would you even
also,
talk to this
Samson
man ever
Rainsford
again?
retired here? So much for the hardcore legacy of the Alaskan lands. Though if one thing can shake your resolve, the
How
death of your
old
kid
is
will do
this
it.
motherfucker?
After 10 years without a word, my father reached out to me. Soon, we would hunt
He
together
look
again,
old, fucking.
Not for sport
Then
this
that's
time.
10 years.
but for redemption.
But how?
Redemption.
The bear is alive,
him.
but wounded in Alaska. Actually, no. Jacob's dad killed it in 2003. Does that mean that Samson knows about the Ugandan Ancient Ones and how things work? Because Redemption sounds like targeting the culprit.
Good to see you, Cole.
I just assume these games have nothing to do
10
with
years?
the sons being named.
Too long for
like
a father to
sequel
be deprived the
after
company
the
of his only
other
son.
one.
I see you still have few words for your old man.
You haven't talked in 10 years, motherfucker.
I can't blame you. Some wounds take more than
You
time to
blamed
heal.
y'all. Boy, I guess they were blaming
I'm
each
glad
other.
you came anyway. There's no one
But
I'd rather have at my
it's
side
like,
on this
you
hunt.
still feel some
Except
type
maybe
of way about
Becky
what happened
here.
10 years ago.
Actually,
Like,
Dad seems to have chilled out a lot. Maybe Redemption is just a healthy relationship with his father.
you.
Because he didn't have that before.
well, now we're
I've hunted all
Africa
over
killing
the
animals
world.
now.
I've seen terrible things. Man-eaters. Predators driven mad by hunger and disease.
You.
But I have never seen anything like what's happening where we're headed.
Never mind.
Oh,
The
great.
attacks began a few weeks ago. Whole families carried off in the night.
Whole families. What is this? Heart
Nobody
of
knows
Darkness?
what's doing the killing. Some
What
say it's a
was it?
pride
Is
of
it Heart of
lions,
Darkness
driven
or
to desperation by
Into the
disease or
Darkness?
drought. And Becky here doesn't buy that
What's
theory.
that movie was about?
reckon
Those
I don't
lions
either.
were eating
Honestly, I don't
people
see why
in
not.
a building. A
Make no
railroad.
mistake, son.
I think it's South
These
Africa
beasts
somewhere.
we're hunting are pure evil.
They said it?
I know
They
what you
evil?
think. Words like good and evil have no place in the natural world.
Yeah. it
You'd
was-
be right about that. There ain't nothing natural about these.
Oh, a hippo.
Back in Uganda.
Shit.
Low health, low ammo. What a shit show. I am proud of the game for just admitting the animals are evil. If you hadn't played this,
game, the
2013
animals
really
are
made you fill in
evil
the
now.
blanks to... That was a bad
So it's
sound
okay
effect.
that we just shoot
Having
them.
the wolves wasn't enough, the birds have to be vampiric too?
Don't get in the water. So it's okay to shoot every animal in sight. Why is everybody attacking? Oh. Everything is attacking.
How many animals can there be? How did Jacob have any left?
Yeah, if he literally shot every animal that was in sight, he killed like whole buffalo herds.
Okay, I made it to the ranger station, and there are more notes discussing that the animals
Jeez.
might be acting strangely.
There's some
One of the most
supernatural
troubling
shit going
aspects
on.
of this case concerns the ineffectiveness of traps and poisons against these mysterious predators. It's as though these animals have learned to recognize and avoid such traps by sight.
Let's step back for a moment.
No,
While
we
it is
can't
probably
just
more
shoot
linear
them like
than
we
what's
used
on,
to.
The river delta feels sprawling. You can choose between multiple paths at points, but both will probably have snakes and or crocodiles. This makes it one of the most useful sections.
I mean,
that
I
actually
guess
use
they're
hunter
making a
sense in.
reason why
They're
the
still gonna
animals are
spray venom
coming
in your
after you
eyes,
now.
just less
Instead of
often.
the first one, they
Plus,
just
there are times
randomly
where
coming
hunter
after you
sense
for no
flat out
reason.
will not work. Even
Now it's
staring
like, oh,
directly at the
something
footage
happening,
now, it's still just a matter of
causing
being
them
ambushed.
to
I'm
attack you.
amazed they're singling out lions when every animal here wants mankind dead. The level design doesn't have much of a this is the designated whatever animal zone. It's unpredictable what you'll run into, which does keep things tense. He's putting his paw in the glove box. It's already extremely chaotic, but the game also has a sadistic streak. They're fully aware that you want to leave no animal alive, so they have some points where they do spawn forever. You can farm them for XP endlessly, but that's what they want, to drain your ammo away for the lions. Or for whatever other animal. No. No, that's a trick. It is a
that's not
death march.
hyenas,
The ideal Cabela's safari. When you finally
think
get
those
to a
are
radio to contact Dad,
Buku?
he says keep going.
Or
Link up again with
Kubu
Mbeki
or
and keep
Kubu,
heading
I
to
think
Dad's
it's so.
house.
For the first time since the day Adrian died, I was no longer certain of my own place at the top of the food chain.
The grasslands are, it's more of the same. But
Hey,
while on the
technically,
trail,
humans
you get
are at the top of the food
Mbeki's
chain.
insights.
I stopped the villagers from attacking a woman. They said the woman was a witch, and that she had summoned a dark creature called the Kafka to prey upon them. I remember my grandfather speaking of the Kafka when I was a child.
You know what? Sure, it's a demon. The Black Lion Emperor being a literal demon
I
would
mean, this
explain
makes
so
much
much.
sense. This
But
actually
Mbeki says this is called
makes
the
it more
Kaftar,
cohesive
the
than
same
the
creature
first
he brought
game.
up in the intro, which is not the lion. This has thrown a wrench into me following the story.
Last
What
night I saw these
happened
creatures
there?
with my own eyes. They
It's like
came
a
from
white
the savannah like shadows in
hyena.
the dark.
What is
Bright
it,
fire, I heard a strange whistling sound, and the
Congo?
beasts fled
They
as
had,
one.
like gray gorillas.
The villagers are right.
They
Evil
were
forces
more violent
are
than
at
regular
work here.
gorillas.
Obviously, the bear was still alive in Alaska, and maybe he did do the whistle there. But Jacob's dad blasted him in 2003, so he couldn't be doing the whistle here. It could be the whistle is some kind of power the Emperor Lion can pass on, but I'm not sure yet. But Mbeki knows what's going on.
The villagers are burning the savannah. They believe the attacks on their families are the work of a demon, the Kaftar. They say the Kaftar is a shapeshifter, half man, half beast, like a werewolf.
They better not be a fucking
Then the
like
locals seem
werewolf
to have the right idea.
animal.
I see in your eyes you do not believe in such things
Half
as
human,
demons.
half
But I ask
lion
you,
or some shit.
what animal kills for pleasure? Even the famous lions of Savo were driven to kill by hunger, but these beasts
I mean, there's some
leave the
animals that
bodies
do
of the dead
like,
where
find
they
pleasure
fall.
in
I'll level with
killing.
you, Mbeki. There's other reasons I agree it's a demon.
What is more frightening? The thought of a beast with the mind of a man, or a man with the soul of a beast.
Ah!
Oh, jeez.
The wound is infected instantly, and Mbeki needs antibiotics.
It's
It's
infected
up to
or
Cole to get him
what?
a ride. Oh my god. They did want my decals. They love
Fucking
cars.
leopard in
Maybe
the
I should have played this first.
bed
I
of
don't
the
know
truck.
anymore. Whose truck is this anyway?
I bet, like I said, it makes more sense.
How?
in this
How are
'cause
there
it's
still
some
poachers?
supernatural.
Does it even count as poaching if the rare animal's running 5 miles to bite you? This is a high caliber
Yeah,
exorcism.
these
Who
animals are
cares about the moral
attacking
high ground?
everybody.
But now the poachers are after us, so I guess we can have
Why
a
are
little
the
car
poachers
chase.
chasing you?
The flames have caused the stampede! The animals are mad with fear!
Wait,
You
wait,
can
this isn't
outrun
right.
those animals.
We did this already. You can't even shoot the poachers. Oh god, this console's
you
not meant
just
for
shoot
this kind of
animals.
action.
The Black Death,
Why
as
is
they call
Mbeki's
them in
microphone
Africa.
so much worse? It's like an actual beta for the 2013 Stampede.
I've got a bad feeling about this!
Of course. Why you stop the truck?
Why is it all happening
What?
again? It
I
even
mean,
has the part where you
I
almost
keep
fall out of the
forgetting
car,
that they-
but no deagle this time.
There's some,
It runs
some
badly, and they did the
supernatural
sequence
thing, I
better
guess,
in the
going
next
on.
game, so why stick around?
Keep thinking about the other game was like just animals attacking you for
Make them move!
whatever reason.
Oh, they reused the Rhino fight too.
Yeah,
This
they
doesn't
reusing
matter.
a lot of shit.
But hey, Mbeki's gonna be okay.
No, he's not
Friend
dead.
I spoke of before, you are much like
He'll get
him.
killed by a rhino.
My friend died a long time ago, but his spirit lives on in you.
Died a long time. Oh, what?
You should not have come to Africa. I would not see you fall victim to the same curse that destroyed your father.
What are you talking about?
Go home.
Why'd you hit him with the butt
Find
of the rifle?
nothing here but death.
Now that opened a lot, and the night drags on, and there's an apocalyptic
you
tone
left
to
him there?
everything. The full moon is back.
You tell him
just
to
like the
go
night Cole's
home,
brother
but you
died.
left
and
him out
Becky's
there.
friend was the one who died in the cave in the start, and you played that character. His spirit living on in you is 100% true. You are him, but is the curse in your father also literal? Like,
What?
is he a werewolf? Or could he mean curse as in it ruined his life? Or are there more meta layers to this too? As for the wildfire, it's not slowing down the animals much. If anything, there seem to be even
Then
more.
why- I'm like,
I
why
can
you
swear
out
their
here with
aggression
his
has gone
father
up
if
too,
he's-
because
he's
look at this
so
river of
bad?
lions.
They always
Maybe the
are cursed,
Kaftar
then
is
why would you
threatened
be
and
out
this
here
is a
with
better
him?
defense. However, the Kaftar is also a shapeshifter.
Is it?
They could be
Is
hiding
that-
as any
oh, I
animal
thought it was
or
lava. I was like,
anyone.
what the fuck is
Who
that?
was whistling on the mountain that night? There might be a connection in plain sight. I give 2011 credit. It has the actual atmosphere of a good horror game.
Oh, yeah, well, damn animal jump scares.
And sure, it'll always lead to some animal jumping on you. It still makes me sad that they
yeah.
don't make these anymore. We do have more realistic and more fantastical hunting games, but none that blurred the line quite like Cabela's did. It's a company that sells fishing gear, and they have an official game where you fight an ancient demon in Africa. This doesn't seem like the kind of plot its clientele would be invested in, but I sure am, especially since Mbecki's journals only get more deranged.
The
I mean,
destruction
like I said,
will
it
be
makes more
terrible,
sense than the first one.
but we have no choice. We must act now, before we are all dead.
Even though
By the
it's
time you
sillier
catch up to
than
him,
the first
it's
one.
daybreak, He's still wounded, or wounded again,
Why did
and
you,
his hiding spot
why
looks
did
like
he,
an old military base.
Why did he
out here in the middle of nowhere where there's a demon
hit you with the
rumor.
butt of the rifle and leave you out there? And he still has an infection.
I would soon discover.
And struggling to get away.
Had emerged from the jungle.
Telling you to get out of Africa.
The fuck does that mean?
This is where I first met your father 30 years ago. It was a secret place. An evil place. We should have burned it to the ground.
Why am I getting a military rifle in this level?
You seek the truth. Perhaps you will find it here among the bones of the dead.
I'm really not liking this talking, Becky.
They call it the Nightfall Program. A covert research project. They say they're here to study animal behavior modification. Breeding, training, chemical conditioning.
I thought this was supernatural. This is scientific.
Living weapons on a leash.
What on earth were they training out here? More evil wolves or big cats?
This is some fucking science experiment to make animorphs or some shit. The boom press.
It's so obvious now. Of course it's this.
Careful now. The baboons have learned to throw rocks with deadly accuracy. Look for cover in the courtyard.
I mean, they were actively jamming me in the 2013 game. I really should have sniffed out the Baboon Super Soldier project. They've mastered small unit tactics and try to suppress you as other baboons flank. Also, what kind of baboons are these? They're horrifying.
Oh, how did I hit him?
Was that Cole's breathing at low health that sounded like a monster? Or was that just the animal audio being badly placed again?
I thought that was
Whatever.
an animal.
This is what I wanted. Baboon Waco. Oh god.
Oh shit.
The best part is it gets way worse inside the base.
Oh.
People bought this game for their grandpa.
Did they? Hey, grandpa, you like killing animals? Here's a video game, so you have to go out there and kill them yourself because you're too old now to do it.
I'm at a genuine loss for words here. Like, what human being can give justice to the baboon holdout firefight while the soundtrack actually uses military-style drums? It's the fact it's so well done. I think that's the key. Like someone at Cabela's corporate said super soldier baboons, but no one was smiling or laughing. Someone in the C-suite had this as an actual recurring nightmare and wanted to do it justice. The downtime sounds like exploring in a Fallout game.
Yeah, this is like some abandoned building and like in the middle of
the only phrase that keeps going through my brain is, why baboons? The Baboon King would still be alive, so maybe he sent them here to raid the armory.
The fuck is he? What is that, a trap?
He's got an audio log. Just gotta
catch
up with him.
Oh, he's got an audio log. I thought that, but I was like, okay, that's
there
stupid.
He is.
That can't be what that is. Just shoot him. Shoot him.
The Baboon Super Soldier base is full of landmines. Are they for the baboons? This is the iconic don't die by landmines or baboons section, and landmines are the trickier one, because if they chain react or you step wrong, you'll die fast.
Ooh,
the thing is, you can't sneak through them, you have to blow some up. It's also not clear which government set up the baboon base. I would guess Uganda, but maybe the Illuminati or something is involved and I just missed it. Whoever they were, they hired Samson and Mbeki to capture the Kaftar. At this point, I think you have to conclude it's real.
Locals say it's some kind of demon. As far as I can tell, we're hunting a new breed of hyena. We had no idea what was waiting for us in that cave. After that, the program went off the rails. The research staff lost control. People started dying.
Hyena.
They called in soldiers, but it was already too late.
The loading screen undersold it. The baboons actually conquered this army base, and no one could reclaim it for 30 years. It's understandable since there are lion hurricanes outside and highly trained baboons inside. But it could be the government buried this project under the floorboards and never wanted to speak of it again. Then they all charge him
baboons throwing rocks.
Maybe they remember him from the 80s or they were taught about him. Now he's dying of big cat infection and baboon scratches and demon energy, and he has taken a lot.
Your father ordered me to bring you to him, but After what you did for me, my conscience would not permit it. I came here to kill the Kaftar myself. Beware, Cole. The creature devoured your father's heart. The evil lives on in his blood. The only cure.
Is some literally devour his heart, or is he talking figuratively?
This is some roided up hyena. I've got to get down there and finish this.
As I stepped into the yawning mouth of the cave, I heard a sound like the laughter of devils echoing in the bowels of hell. I could feel eyes watching me from the darkness. Though whether it was my father's gaze I felt, or the eyes of the beast, I will never know.
Looking back, there have been some interesting running themes. Mbeki said Samson's heart and very blood were cursed. In the start of the game, he had Cole eat a heart. Eating elk heart wouldn't be that uncommon up there. Eating it raw certainly is.
Yeah.
Even raw liver is fairly risky. There's something ritualistic about the whole thing in a way that doesn't check out for just, oh, the hyena ruined your dad's life. Not to mention, the Kaftar is an actual cryptid, but the legend comes from India and not Africa, though the series isn't known for putting animals where they should be. Also, how is Mbeki protecting Cole by knocking him out in this war zone full of poachers and animals and wildfires? He does respect Samson, and now Cole for helping him, but I think Mbeki planned to kill Cole, but couldn't do it when the time came. Probably Samson too. He speaks very literally about everything, and I don't think he'd turn that off just to make an observation on your family. The spirit of Mbeki's old friend is in your body, and your father is cursed and may have already passed it along to you. I think he was out to take down everybody when he got the chance, but then got cold feet. Whether it was out of mercy or fear, we'll never know.
Welcome home, son. It's been too long since we hunted together.
You're looting tons of ammo and blasting through old bunker doors, and all the while you can find the records of the military studying the Kaftar. They don't know if it's an aberrant or a long-lost species, but it can control other animals. That does explain the swarms of bats have to gun down with an assault rifle. This thing is relentless. My only question is who gave who the animal control ability? The Black Lion Emperor, or whatever this hyena is.
The cave paintings the hunters discovered suggest the Kaftar species has inhabited this area for hundreds, perhaps thousands of years.
That's not that long at all. Is it tied to a biblical event?
You were the eldest, but you were weak. Untested. Don't you see?
Even like killing random helpless animals.
Did Dad kill Adrian because he was younger? What's happening?
I loved your brother, Cole. I want you to know that. I never meant for Adrian.
They know that's your son,
right? I want to see my boys forged into men, as I was forged, and my father before me, by a baptism of blood.
I've got to admit, even after playing 2013, I didn't expect a baboon super soldier facility that immediately leads to Dagoth speeches from your father.
Like,
the cave system is covered in paintings and markings, but no stone structures, so I don't know if this is
the
the ancient ones from before either.
I thought the wrong son died that day. Could be I was wrong about that.
The wrong
so he didn't
son
kill
died.
Interesting. It all comes full circle. Back to the bone zone from the very start. But now the paintings are obvious. They depict the hyena demon controlling the wildlife. There was always a method behind the madness.
I never thought you'd make it this far.
In this
I can see now. I've been wrong about a lot of things.
I should have listened to him, Becky.
He turns into a goddamn animal.
All these years, planning, preparing for this day. And now that you're finally here,
shoot him.
Bear to watch another son die.
I would just shot him.
It's time for you to go, son. Before it's too late. Come on, I'll show you the way out.
You wanted him
to hunt
here,
the Kaftar together, or was Samson going to do something?
You want him to leave?
The years of planning could mean he was training his entire family to come kill this thing, and all the Alaskan tribal connection was just a smokescreen. But the elk blood ritual seemed important. That couldn't just be set dressing.
I know I wasn't the father you wanted.
Oh.
I need you to know, Cole, how proud I am of the man you have.
Oh my God! Okay. Fucking baboon landmines.
The beast is real, boy. I know you don't believe. I didn't believe it either. But it's real.
He's still talking.
As real as you or me. It's close now. Can you feel it? When it's done with me, it'll come for you. It's almost here.
Here we go.
Wait, what?
a normal hyena the whole time. Bet they feel silly. Okay, it's actually a horde of hyenas. It could be the Kaftar's harem, but I'm not entirely sure hyenas work that way. And frankly, the less I know about how hyenas mate, the better my life is. It's a gauntlet of landmines and pissed off hyenas.
Well, I mean,
and even though pacing-wise this feels like finishing things, it won't be the end of the story.
I've arranged for one of the hunters, an American named Rainsford, to smuggle some of my files out of the country. With that data, I should be able to resurrect the program at a later date.
We knew this wouldn't end things, but 2013 won't be the last safari.
I stepped through the trapdoor and emerged in the hall of my father's house. In that moment, I felt a strange mixture of horror and relief. My worst fears had been realized, but I knew then that I had finally reached the end of my journey. One way or another, the nightmare would soon be over.
Looks now? Why is everything? Oh, fuck. Oh.
There is something poetic about fighting it among all of Dad's taxidermied animals. Was it Dad or the Kaftar that really killed them? Maybe they're under the Kaftar's influence, or maybe it's a response to human presence in the area. For how much is explained, a lot is still left open. It's a fitting final battle, but not the most exciting. I mean, for all that demon hyping up, it looks like a big albino hyena. But after a long hunt, we've reached the end.
Take a lot of moves. I think he is.
Why does he look so similar to Jacob? He could pass for his brother, and the photo looks even more like him. Is the Kaftar not physical? That's the end of the game. It's not as over-the-top action-packed as 2013, but it makes me fear that game even more, and I feel like I understand even less than I did. Does the universe choose a Kaftar and Safari Hunter to endlessly circle each other forever? One master hunter versus one master of nature until the end of time. I honestly don't know, but there might need to be another safari. In fact, I've run numbers, and there are too many adventure games just to cover them on Halloween. It won't be all the time, but there's too many to talk about, and more have to come. Have a happy Halloween. I hope I didn't miss something.
And this albino hyena came about that could control an animal. Like, what? Bioshock? Oh, what's that from? The Shining. Oh, man.
Will there be a Dark Tide video? There will be more Warhammer videos as what to expect from Silent Hill, but I know it won't be a great time. Any horror movie or game that scarred me as a kid. Some of you know the Alien story, but there were other factors.
That game, like, yeah, he's right. It just creates more questions than answers. Like, that's like, because first I thought it was gonna be so, oh, his father is transforming into this were hyena or something. It's like, no, his dad blows up on a landmine, but he didn't actually blow up. And he's like, oh, when he's done with me, he's gonna come for you, and then you have to fight this, like, I'm guessing enhanced hyena that can control other animals. Is making them all crazy, which I will say that makes more sense. Like I said, I understand multiple times. It makes more sense in this than it does in the first one, where animals just attacking you for no reason. And it's like, okay, it's like in movies where I'm like, why is these animals going out of their way to get this human? That they are running past other animals that have way more meat on them, or animals that they knowingly hunt on a regular basis to get this human. Like, why? Like, it's not like they're injured and they can't hunt their normal prey, and so they're like, well, I guess I'll hunt to this human, or this thing looks easy to catch, and then they catch it easily. It's, oh, and then they see another one and catch that one. It's, oh, these are easy to kill. You know, until one pulls out a gun and shoots him. Or a knife, or a big ass knife or something. But yeah, that game That definitely is a game where they were like, well, we can't just make a game about hunting. We were trying to get as many people to play this as possible, which it did seem scary. I give it that. It seemed like definitely felt like a horror game. It had animal jump scares and stuff, which fits in the story for animals to jump out like that, because that's kind of, especially had ambush predators. That's the way they would jump out. So, but yeah, it's like one of those games. It's like, why did you do? Why you? I mean, I know why you made it, but it just seems so weird to go through this. And then, like I said, I would not have been surprised if it had been like, oh, his father transforms into, his father get bit by this hyena, he killed it, and now it transformed a curse into him. So now he's the were hyena. He's transforming. And then it's like, you didn't talk to that for 10 years. You didn't talk to yourself for 10 years. Because the way he was talking, like, I guess they kind of blamed each other. And then they didn't talk for 10. And I was like, hey, come out, come to Africa. Come with me on this hunt. Where we going to go hunt, just, random ass animals. We can just shoot them. Like, just leave them. It's like the way what America did with the American bison. It's like, there was reports of people just shooting them and leaving them out to just die. Not cutting their fur off and not eating them, nothing, just shooting them. And then hunted the damn bison to the point of extinction. And they starting to come back now. It's just like, it's like people back then, they didn't even think like, if we kill all the things, they would be extinct. It's like, unless they thought like, oh, we just move on to the next thing. It's like, yeah, but eventually everything will be gone if you keep doing that. It's like you keep killing. Eventually it will be gone. And then you gotta move on to the next thing. You're gonna do the same thing again. You move on to the next thing, same thing again. It's like you're not thinking this through. You're only thinking about the here and now and what works for you. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed my reaction. If you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure to subscribe and make sure you hit that bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. Comment down below. Share this video. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.